Are robots eventually going to rule the world? Yeah, probably. But we haven't reached that dystopian future yet. As of now, usually automation, robotics are small incremental changes that take away from menial tasks. And we're seeing it in fast food. I ran across this article where White Castle is actually rolling out a program across 1/3 of their restaurants, and they're using Flippy 2, which is a product of Miso Robotics, a AI machine learning company that's focused on the fast food industry. And here's Flippy 2 in action. Clearly, it's used for frying things. They actually have two models. So there's one that seems to fry anything that you dip into, and then there's one specifically for wings. It doesn't do everything, right? At the end, someone still has to take the fries, deliver it to someone, put it in a bag. So it's not like an all-in-one AI robot that's taking orders, flipping burgers. It's not that complex. So it has one function, it does it well. Also, do they have a sniper on this guy? He's cheesing way too hard. And while executives at companies love the word automation because they instantly think it's savings, I want to ask the question in deep dive, is it actually worth it for White Castle to implement this automation? First, we have to understand the cost of actually using Flippy 2. On the website, it says starting around $3,000 per month. And in order to factor in maybe some extra costs, I multiplied that rate by around 10% as a contingency for our analysis. Next, we have to understand how much people get paid to work at White Castle. So looking at Glassdoor, it ranges between 10 to 12 for crew members. So I'm just going to say 11 as an assumption. So for this to make any sense, the company needs to be able to replace 3,600 labor hours, or around 2 people per restaurant that this is installed. Now, there are some other questions that need to be asked to get more clarification to understand, does this make sense? During a shift, is there someone only on frying duties? For an 8-hour shift, is there someone always manning that fryer? If there is, then you can replace them with a machine. If those employees are multitasking throughout the entire shift and you still need them, well, now you just added Flippy 2's costs and you're not really getting any benefit. Is the operation 24/7? Most of the White Castles by me are open 24 hours, so I'm going to assume most are. And the reason that's so important is, say it does allow you to replace one person per shift. If you only ran 2 shifts per day, then it's break even. Whereas if you run 3 shifts per day and you can replace 3 crew members, your savings is 1 full-time crew member for each Flippy 2 installed. On the website, it claims that this would create 30% more output, but is it even needed? If White Castle is making 100 orders of fries per day and that's what they're selling, then they don't need any more throughput. Whereas if they're running into problems because they couldn't create fry orders fast enough in order to meet the demand, then yes, they're missing out on sales. Does the machine create lower waste? This one's interesting because let's say you have batches of fries and they only are good for so long. If a batch is only good for 6 hours and rush hour is coming soon and a batch is about to expire, the machine may have the capability to understand, hey, how many fries do I need to create based on past sales during this time in order to not create too many fries that we have to throw them away. It could potentially lower the waste of these restaurants, allow them to carry lower inventory of products because they can run leaner. And lastly, how often does the machine actually break? I mean, if it's anything like a McDonald's ice cream machine, White Castle's not going to be able to make any fries or onion rings. They're screwed. If it's constantly breaking, they may need a backup plan where someone's actually manually running the fryer, and then it becomes, what's the point of having Flippy 2 if you still have people that need to be there? By answering all those questions, we can get a back of the envelope answer of how much White Castle might be saving on this, not even factoring in waste savings or increase in profits. So just assuming that they're running 24/7, able to replace one person per shift with this machine, they're saving around $22,000 per restaurant. At 100 restaurants, that's $2.2 million saved per year. Of course, these are just assumptions, and there could be other reasons White Castle is doing this. Just because something is being automated doesn't necessarily mean that White Castle has to get rid of people. It may be something where they just want to increase the customer service, make it faster, make it easier on the team members. This could be a benefit for the people working at White Castle because they don't have to worry about standing over a fryer all day and they can just focus on customer service. But something tells me there's probably some savings. They're not just doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. I was also curious on the total addressable market of food tech. think. And it was interesting. It's actually supposed to be 342 billion by 2027. So it's obviously growing, compounded annual growth rate of 6%. So not crazy fast, but it's an interesting industry. And I think it's going to come to most fast food places as time goes on. And get this, you can actually invest in Miso Robotics. It's mostly funded by individual investors, which is interesting. They have different products other than Flippy 2, Cook Right, Sippy. Now, I'm not investing or anything like that. I just thought it was interesting. The company does have a valuation of around 500 million, and the investment is only around 1,000. I don't know if you have to be accredited or not. Who knows? Maybe one day it goes public. This valuation at 500 million may seem small. You may be asking, why am I so fascinated with this? Well, I used to be a senior financial analyst in the manufacturing space. When it comes to fast food, I've always seen it as a mini factory or a mini process line. And in the future, I think you get on your phone, on the McDonald's app, you click order, a machine sees that order, starts making it for you. That food is put on some delivery drone and just flown right to you. All from just the one click of like, hey, I want some McDonald's. That's kind of just where I see it going. And I think eventually we'll get there, but one step at a time. Flippy 2 is the beginning. If you guys did like this video, make sure to hit that like button, as well as consider subscribing to Main Street Wolf, where we talk investing, anything to do with money. Thanks guys for watching, and have a great day.